Welcome to Something to Talk About from the Bainbridge Island Senior Community Center, sponsored by Fieldstone Memory Care, Bainbridge Island. Fieldstone offers innovative and compassionate care, now accepting residents. They are also offering day stay and respite programs. Call 360-689-4314 to schedule a tour of Fieldstone's beautifully appointed apartments on Rolling Bay today. And I would also like to acknowledge that the Senior Community Center is on the ancestral homeland of the Coast Salish people, specifically the Suquamish people, the people of the clear salt water. And today we not only do we honor them, but I'm going to honor our beautiful and wonderful events, marketing, and committee at the Bainbridge Island Senior Center. This is a vital, active, funny, just get it done group of people that I'm just honored to know. So good morning to all of you, and welcome for being here. And Nancy, I would like to start out with you. Could you tell me what you do, because you do so much on the marketing committee?
Sure. I've been on the marketing committee for a long time because my dear friend, our dear friend, Sheila Curwen, persuaded me that despite the fact that committees were anathema to my well-being, that this would be a good one to be on. Okay, so that's how I got started, and that was quite a while ago. But we've been through fundraising for a while. We did that. We don't do that any longer. We now have we've come a long way. There's a fundraising committee now. There's an events committee. There's a whole lot, but nonetheless, it leaves a whole lot of marketing left for us to do. So what we have done, and the main thing I wanted to really shout out about was how much collaboration and what a cohesive group it is and has been for quite some time. So for example, when we were looking for a motto for the senior center, we bandied about a whole bunch of different ideas, and then I just printed out a whole lot of popular mottos for senior centers kind of thing. Came in, we narrowed it down to 3 or 4, and we came up with the time of your life. And bingo, Ruth Flanagan says, wait a second, how about the prime of your life? And so we built on each other's contributions, and that has been the essence of this community from the beginning. And that's really all I wanted to point out, because there's everybody else, I'm sure, has lots of other good anecdotes. Thank you.
Thank you, Nancy. And that is, I mean, talk about brainstorming, collaboration, and it's, it's not dry. It's not like sitting in a corporate boardroom. It's a lot of fun. So if you have a lot of ideas and whatnot, you might want to consider joining us, because we have a great time. So Ruth, do you want to add anything to that?
Well, thank you, Nancy, first of all, for bringing that up. But yeah, I joined the marketing committee several years ago because they said they wanted some ideas on setting up a new newsletter. And I said, well, I think I could help with that. Fast forward, for 8 years, I was the editor, but I have now retired from that. So I'm just basically, I like to come up with ideas and let everybody else take the ball from there. So like you said, it's a collaboration. Everybody works together, and we have a lot of fun doing it. And we've just, like you said, come a long way from where we were when I started, and we've enjoyed it all along the way.
Absolutely. Wonderful people. And, I really, being on the newsletter, that is a full-time job, doing the newsletter, which is the senior center. That is the huge marketing thing. That we do is really a full-time job. And I think Ruth would agree with me on that one. I think the most frustrating part of it is, getting people to get their stories to you on time. It's like, hey, there's a deadline, get it to me. But this is, by the way, is our, if you can see it, can you all see the website? This is another one that if you need, anybody wants to know anything about the Senior Center, send them to the website and then send them to the newsletter. And here's the newsletter here. So here's our March, April newsletter. Anne Lovejoy is the editor now. And here's Plant a Tree for Our Planet. Here's a message for our executive director, who's with his adorable grandson, Reed. And here we go. We have election survey, cartoon contest, wondering what makes BISC work. We come down to volunteer corner. And I love this part, volunteers that are needed, always need somebody. Here's a give a gift of legacy. And this is one I send to people all the time, the Bainbridge Island Resource Directory. What a wonderful tool that is if you have somebody that really needs help. Katie Auger is incredible, and she will send you to place where you need to be, or she'll help you herself. We also have HRB, Helpline for Shopping. And of course, we have Fob Friday. They're listed on page 6. We also have started the Fob Friends, and we highlight a business that gives us 10% off every Friday. Some of the businesses are giving it more often than Friday. So just show your membership bug, and there you go. And this is B.I. Bakery, and that was adorable. That was such a fun interview to do. So if you like doing that kind of thing, going and talking to people, interviewing them, please, consider joining us. Our classes, which, is the envy of other senior centers. Classes, music, fun things to do, Liberation Laughter on Fridays with Nancy. If you need your soul restored, go visit Liberation Laughter on Fridays, because Nancy, they have so much fun, lots of games, and nobody loses. It's great. Exercises and sports. We have, fun activities. It just goes on and on and on. And you can see why being an editor is a full-time job, because look at the content that goes into this. I love the new, by the way, the Waterfront Thrift has a new logo, which is so fun, and it's being put on signs, and it's getting more people up to the senior center. So, but it has its own identity as being a thrift store. So anyhow, it goes on and on and on, and I'm so proud. I think it's one of the best newsletters in all of the state of Washington. And, and Ruth really started the template for this, and, we can't thank her enough. So anyhow, stop to share. So that's our newsletter. So that really is the focal point of our marketing committee. But what we need. Oh yeah, Tom.
Just comment on the newsletter. When back in the day, it was monthly, I believe, and then when before the split, it was quarterly, and then after we split, I've always felt like the newsletter was really valuable, for publicity and that, and telling a story, what's going on. But now it's down to every 2 months, which is better than quarterly, in my opinion. Anyway, another thing is Lois Curtis passed away. Did you see the obituary? If you did, at the end, she said, if you would like to make a gift or do anything, send it to the senior center, which I thought was very nice of her. She has a phenomenal resume, the things that she was involved in and that she had done. And I think,
Who was that, Tom?
Lois Curtis.
Oh, yeah.
She was on the school board, the planning commission, the council. She gave the money, or gave the land for the Ferncliff. Was it Ferncliff, or, where the the housing resources, built a
Mhm.
home. She did that. So she really was a phenomenal person.
Yeah.
And last but not least, I think Karen, I believe you were the one that started the marketing committee way back.
Oh, I might have, like
I think
way,
you were.
way back. The
You got-
first,
She's
maybe.
Yeah, we started that at Flowering Around, remember?
Yeah, that's right. We used to flower around.
right, I remember.
Yeah, it was Marcia Rudolph.
Oh, that's right, Marcia. Wow, that just
Yeah.
seems like that seems like another
And
lifetime
then-
ago.
And Tom, the gal who did the flowers with us,
Yeah, Linda.
Linda. Yeah, and you were there. There were about 5 or 6 of us that met. Oh, Jay Schwartzman actually started
Gee,
it.
that's right.
Jay and I met at Pegasus one day and said, we've got to get a marketing committee together. And that's when it started.
See, it was Jay and Sheila. I had nothing to do with it.
No, you came in though.
Okay, I came in, but I didn't start it.
All right.
But you were around.
It's around, yeah. It was,
Sheila's been around forever too.
yeah.
Yeah, forever and ever.
Thanks, Reed. I mean, Tom. Thanks, Tom. We've been around forever.
You got it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So anyhow, that's really the kind of the centerpiece, and that's what uses up most of our marketing budget is the printing of the splash. And I'm hoping as more people become more technical with internet, that they'll receive the splash through an email and just click on it and get it, or the website. And because what takes up all of our budget is the printing, and color printing is very expensive. So I think as maybe 10 years from now, when the majority of people don't really want snail mail anymore, they want their thing to see everything online, that we may go almost exclusively online. I don't know. That's just the thought. Plus it doesn't cost anything. We don't have to print anything, and we don't waste paper. So that might be something we do. So we'll see. We'll see where the future holds for us. Okay, but another thing is that we cannot be a marketing committee unless we have content. And who gives us the most content is the events committee. And the events committee, they have something coming up this week. They have these huge plans for this week, for this summer. And I would like Colleen to talk to us about it. So there you go, Colleen.
Thanks, Karen. Love to talk about the events committee because we are party people. That's what we do. And every single person on the committee is like the marketing committee, just always full of ideas. But when we plan an event, we do it from starting with having to run it by Mary to make sure that the facility is available, whether it's CUNY Hall or outside now under the awning or whatever. We have to make sure that our event is available. And then from there, we plan the time and the date, the time, what we're going to serve, who's going to cook. We plan on decorations, and we have to get there a couple hours early for setup and stay a couple hours late for takedown. And it's a really, really time-consuming committee that there's, it's not real large. There's 11 of us on the, maybe 10 now, 10 or 11 that are on the committee that do all this work. And it's many, many, many hours of volunteer hours that go into this. And if we all didn't love parties, we probably wouldn't do it. What we try to do, we've set up our yearly calendar now for the whole year. So every month we have something to offer membership. We try to do membership very reasonably. Oftentimes no cost to a member with whatever they would like to donate at the door or at the bar. We always have wine or beer or both or whatever. And so every month we have something going, and I'm going to just rattle them off so that you will understand the busyness of our committee. May 15th is going to be a ice cream social just out in front, no fuss, no bother, but inviting all members to beg, borrow, and steal a kid and come. And of course, the kid can be of any age, and just have an ice cream or popsicle or whatever we're going to have cold, and just mix and mingle out in front. And if the weather's bad, we will not cancel it. We'll just move it to out and back where there's a nice cover. So that's May. June is Anne Lovejoy's group, Time and Tide. And that will be an outside, more intimate setting out and back under the awning that, like I say, all these events have beverages and foods and food to go with and whatnot. June, that's June 11th. July 4th, that's a really biggie. Nancy and I have kind of been the leads in getting this thing going between marketing and events. And Helen is doing the choreography for the song Celebration, which I think was Ruth's suggestion. Thank you,
Yes.
Ruth. So yeah, the collaboration is fabulous between our committees. There's already a sign-up sheet to be one of the primetime dancers that last time we had, oh my goodness, I think we had, I don't know, 25, 30 people that did it. And if you don't want to dance, you can carry a sign. If you have family, you can come in and out of the parade. Lots of stuff going on that day. August is our yearly barbecue, and that's going to be great. September is going to be the Edge Improv. They have agreed again to do it. This will be our one and only fundraising event, which we will charge for, and it will be sign up in advance because we'll only have so many people that will be able to attend that. And that is a load of fun. So that's coming up in September. October is Halloween. November, our committee spends hours decorating the senior center. So we don't have an event scheduled for November because that's when we really start working hard to make it nice for everybody. And then December is the Halloween, or is the holiday party. So there you have a year of the one event that I didn't mention that everybody loves is the talent show. And typically the talent show is held on St. Patty's Day. And we have decided this to hold off again this year until we really know, because that's jammed. That'll be 100 people crammed into Huney Hall. So we want to really be safe, and we're going to not do that until next March. So that's what the events committee is doing.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. It's like I said, we are the envy of the whole state senior centers because of people like you and your committee, Colleen, and we just can't thank you enough. It was.
Yeah, both committees are, I think we really, and the one thing that people do have to understand is fabulous as Reed is and how much we love Reed. The senior center really is kind of run by committees, and committees are very important, and any kind of volunteering that somebody feels like there's a niche for them. There's the resource committee and finance committee, which is always just absolutely brilliant people on that as far as I'm concerned. And then lots of places that people can sign up for to be on a committee. The events committee is pretty full at this time. We just can't handle too many more people, but we always love extra help. So
Yeah, wonderful. Yes, Tom.
Yeah, I just have to second that. Over the years, the volunteers have been, the real lifeblood of the senior center. And now, as you say, with the committees, it's all volunteer, but the committee chairman are really strategically important. As it's one thing to have the volunteers, but you have to give them direction and have them doing what needs to be done. And that's really happened in spades, now here. And the events, I have to second what Karen said. It's got to be the end. If people knew what's going on here, it's just phenomenal. the things that we do and the programs, the events. I mean, now they have Italian. They're teaching Italian.
I know.
So anyway, I just have to tip my hat to the volunteers and the chairman.
Absolutely. I second it. I third it and fourth it and fifth it.
Well, I want to move on because I want to show something that Ruth and I think Isha worked on, and that's our new brochure. And it was for, how long did we keep saying, Ruth, is that brochure needs to be refreshed or updated? It's like,
I think it's been the last 3 years that we
Yeah.
need to update it.
well, guess what? It happened. Can you all see the brochure? Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at this picture up here.
Yeah.
Isn't that beautiful? This was from the 4th of July parade in 2019. The award-winning entry, thank you very much.
$1,000 reward.
I know. But look how gorgeous and vibrant this is. I mean, beautiful. Look at this image of the senior center itself. And then there's these gorgeous women down here laughing, because, that's what they're always doing, is laughing and having a good time. And that's why they're on our committee. And then we come up to Waterfront Thrift and the beautiful, colorful logo, a picture of what's in the Waterfront Thrift, which is really, I mean, what an incredible committee. And then you see these two crazy people down here. They are at the Improv. Yeah. My ribs hurt for a week after seeing the Improv. So if you get your tickets early and fast, people, because it is so much fun. And then, of course, again, our resource directory for if any needs on the island that you have, this is it. Here is this beautiful logo that took the logo where everyone belongs. So, and here's one of the fitness classes. And this is from Bob Like. He's not here today, but he wrote a song for the Senior Center. It's called the Senior Center Song. And this is from a verse from it. We're never getting old because we're having too much fun. So that's our brand new brochure. And I hopefully will have it by the end of the month. Yes, I know. Kudos, Ruth. And I hope we have it by the end of the month so we can hand it out at the farmer's market. We are going to have our first booth at the farmer's market the last Saturday of April. And we're going to have it 4 times. So that's another outreach to our community, is to our with booths. And hopefully we'll have our booth, which Nancy's not here, but she has overseen that booth at the Grand Old Fourth every year and gets volunteers. And that's always highly successful. We always see a big bump in membership when that happens. And plus the people that man that booth just have a lot of fun. Come on, let's just face it. That's what we're doing this for. We're retired, man. We don't want a real job. We want to have fun job. We're doing fun jobs now. So, so if you know somebody that needs to have some fun, tell them to, to look into what's going on at the Senior Center. And before I go on, Barbara Golden, I know you're here, and Barbara stepped up to co-chair the committee with me. We kind of absorbed the membership committee, because what we were finding is that the marketing committee was actually really doing a lot of things, getting new members by just marketing what we were doing. And so we absorbed them, and now we are, the combined committee working together and working on getting new members, but also taking care of our existing members. That's really important too, is that if there's a place for everyone somewhere in our center, that's so important to us. So Barbara, did you want to say anything? I don't even know if you're unmuted or muted, but anyhow, she has very gracefully joined to help chair the committee, and I am just so grateful. One of the things that we wanted to do on the committee is to make sure that all the tasks are covered by at least 2 people. Like I told Barbara, you know, I might want to take a 6-week vacation to Hawaii. And I don't want to have to worry that or Sheila may want to go to the Bahamas with her boyfriend. And we want to make sure that there's someone, we want to make sure that someone has to cover those tasks that we do while they're gone. So that was a goal of ours, is to try to make sure that all of the tasks are covered by at least 2 people.
Man, you're giving away my secret.
Sorry, I had to do it. So anyhow, but that's basically what's going on. I also wanted to say is our membership committee is that the hope is we used to have membership coffees for new people that were coming in, and we had to sort of stop that because of COVID. And a hope of mine is that we can start it again and get all the people. And Colleen did an excellent job of that, and she sent us the script, so we have it, so other people can do it too. She does an excellent job. So yes, Mickey.
I wanted to. I want to start the Out to Lunch Bunch again too.
Excellent.
I'm gonna try in May, April, May. So hopefully I can get it into the splash next time.
Oh yeah. Well,
what does that
unfortunately,
do, Mickey? What does that do? The lunch bunch.
Oh, I just have put on a list of where we might go and ask people if they'd like to join us on a certain day of the week, and we all go out and we all sit around and talk and have a good time. It's just getting together with members.
Yep. Out the lunch bunch. What day of the week is that usually, Mickey?
I think I'm going to plan on Wednesdays. I don't think I have any meetings going on Wednesday, like the 3rd Wednesday of the month.
Oh, excellent.
So far, that's my thought.
Yeah, I think I would like to get involved with that myself. So that would be
Well,
fun.
we go to Paulsville quite often.
Well, good. I don't mind driving. So, but yeah, I think that's great. And another outreach to everybody, and just taking care of each other, taking care of our membership. So much is going on. Does anybody else have anything to add?
Karen, I just have one thing. I failed to mention that Mickey is the co-chairman of the events committee. And while she's more of the silent partner in this, I use Mickey as a sounding board all the time, and that's kind of behind the scenes, but I did want to acknowledge how important she is to that committee, as well as the Out to Lunch Bunch. But the events committee, we love Mickey. She's been there I think you started it, Mickey. So thank you.
Long time ago. Thank you.
Long time ago. Boy, some of the founders are here. This is pretty wonderful. And it just goes to show is that how much, we stick to it because we like it. If we don't like it, we wouldn't be sticking to it. So I think that says a lot. And, and we really, I thank you for the board members that are here today. We always need direction. That's what you are, boards of directors. And if you send us ideas and where to go, something new, and we really appreciate that too, because our board of directors, they're all volunteers also. So it's really wonderful. I have to give a kudos to Reed, is because Reed sends out a Monday email, which is also part of the marketing to the membership. Sometimes we don't get things into the splash soon enough. There is a deadline, and I believe it's the first something in, maybe Ruth, what is it?
It's first Friday of the month before the issue comes out. So
right.
The May-June issue deadline would have been April 1st.
Right. April Fool's Day. Yeah. So unfortunately, it will not get into the splash, that lunch bunch, but that's not the end of the world. Let Reed know, and he will get it into the Monday email. And I look forward to seeing that every Monday, seeing what's going on for the week.
I think there are some people who think that Monday email is the splash.
That could be, yeah, you're right. But I don't know. The splash, it covers so much more. So
I know, yeah.
it really does. So, and that is our, like I said, the centerpiece of our committee. So,
That
yes,
Monday email is an excellent marketing tool. That's
it is.
phenomenal. I mean, people rely on that, I'm sure.
Mhm.
I read it every Monday morning.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's me too. It's one of those like, oops, I forgot. Oh, this is happening this Wednesday. I better get my act together. So
I use it to join my Tuesday morning writing group.
Yeah.
yeah. See, there you go. And what's so nice about it too is that the website, if you're on Zoom, the Zoom link is right there. You just have to click on it and it takes you directly there. You don't have to go search for it somewhere. So, the convenience factor of it is wonderful. Yeah.
The other thing that's really convenient is the something to talk about being on YouTube.
Mhm.
I lots of times I'm not available this time during the day, and I watch that. I watch it on my big TV. I watch it on my computer. I watch it on my laptop. I love all the different something to talk about that I'm not. Maybe I wouldn't have even gone to in person, but they're always so interesting. And I think that needs to be marketed a little bit better, because I have a lot of friends that they've never even watched the replay of, on YouTube. So I think it's really a good tool.
I agree with you. I think
The same for me. I can't always get in at the 11:30 when it's on. So I just pick and choose from the ones on YouTube and watch what interests me.
Yeah. If you go to YouTube and type in Bainbridge Island Senior Community Center, all of the videos will pop up. I don't know if you know that.
Plus, you can subscribe to the channel too.
Yeah. So but another one that is excellent source, and of course going to our website, which is at biseniorcenter.org. Really easy, or just put it in search engine is like Bainbridge Island Senior Community Center, and that will pop up. So if you have a question, 9 times out of 10, it's going to answer your question, the website. So anyhow, we have a lot of ways to communicate, and we are always, I think that you're right. I think getting that out there more, Colleen, about people can see those YouTube videos. I think it's really important, because I hope that you will be using this video to give to potential new members or people that might be considering sitting on one of the many committees that we have. So anyhow, is there anything else? No? Well, I think we're going to call it a day, and thank you so much for joining us, and the mighty committee people and chairs.